Hey, what's up? It's Mykill Metal, and I'm playing some more Kerbal Space Program. And this is version 0.24, which means I have contracts and the reputation and stuff. So I'm going to make a new career mode. I'm going to call it YouTube. I'm going to pick that flag. I'm going to start it. And the first thing you'll notice is the money and the reputation and the science meters on the top. And then there's two little windows on the upper right, which are for the active contracts and new messages. I'm going to head into the Mission Control Center, grab, launch a new vessel, and reach 5,000 meters. I'm going to go over here and build a ship real quick. Parachute. This down here and then just put a couple more fuel tanks on it. I'm going to use the liquid fuel because that way I can kind of control the descent a little bit as opposed to solids, which just burn out. And make sure I got the staging right so I don't pop the chute when I launch. Call it the hoppa. And I'm ready to launch. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a crew report. I'm going to send that back. Then I'm going to do an EVA report and get some science from the launch pad. I'm going to keep that, put it back in the capsule, get ready to launch. Throttle back a little bit because it's a little overpowered. And I do have near installed. I think I might get rid of that because I'll show you in a little bit why. So yeah, this gets up to about 25 kilometers. And then once I get up into the high altitude area, I do an EVA, get an EVA report from the upper atmosphere. Get back in, and I'm going to time warp back towards the ground. And once I get in nice and close, I'm going to pop the chute. Use the engine to slow down a little bit. Make sure the ship doesn't tear itself apart. Bring it in nice and slow. But I still break the engine. When I have landing legs, this will be a lot easier. Unlock the first one, and I don't have enough science for the rest, so I'm going to head over and grab contracts to leave the atmosphere and get up to 33 kilometers. And orbit Kerbal. And I'm going to build a ship that looks a little bit like this. And then I'm going to launch it. Now if you can see, the first stage has those little girders on it that have the parachutes on the side, and that's because I downloaded the mod called Deb Refund, which when you drop a stage, if it has enough parachutes to land, when it goes to get deleted, it will actually come back and give you money saying that it landed successfully. So it's very slow coming off the launch pad. Start the gravity turn. And there you can see the stage drop. And this is the problem I was talking about with near and far. It seems to want to do cartwheels. There it goes again. And eventually get it under control. As long as I don't throttle all the way up until I'm in orbit. I should be fine. Yeah, now I can go up to full throttle. Once this gets up to about 72, I'm going to cut the engine and then set up a maneuver node so I can circularize. I also downloaded the Floor It mod, so when I press Z, the throttle goes all the way to the top. Another thing I should point out, I'm not using the 64-bit version. I'm actually still using the 32-bit because 64-bit has a habit of crashing on me. Still not sure why, but even without mods, it crashes. That's a problem. So I'm going to get this set up. I'm going to time warp around the planet to a bunch of different areas, and then hop out, grab some EVA reports, grab as much science as I can. Get some over the mountains. Here's the desert. And that's the last one. I think right now I'm going to start flipping over and getting ready for my re-entry burn. There we go. I'm going to time warp into the atmosphere. And as it turns out, I went a little bit too far. Get some more goo reports on the way in. Went a little bit too far past the Space Center, even with these correction burns, or little braking burns. And holding the nose forwards, which in near does actually do something. And right about here I realized, shit, I'm about to hit the water. This is not going to be fun. Some weird audio glitch going on right there. And time warp into to where the chute pops. And right before I hit the surface, I try to slow it down a little bit so it doesn't do too much damage. But it tips over. And it breaks apart in the ocean. That's pretty much the exact same thing that happened to SpaceX with their last launch. So yeah, I got a bunch of science, came in here, bought a bunch of these things, and I think with the next one, I'm going to be heading out towards the moon. See you later.